This is called the dynamic hip shifter or a skier. So the purpose is to be able to create and absorb power out of the hips rather than somewhere else like the low back, knee, or foot and ankle in a position that's less than ideal. So step one, we're gonna grab a dumbbell and we wanna find a solid hip hinge. This is a prerequisite for this drill. So if you don't feel like you have a solid hip hinge, we got a ton of videos on that. But I'm gonna send my weight back. My weight's now on my heels, a little bit of a hamstring stretch. From there, I'm gonna keep my spine straight, but shift to my right foot. So I'm getting light on my left, heavy on my right, and I'm doing this in socks or barefoot so I can feel the ball of my foot, big toe, and heel all down. In this shift to the right, I feel some tension by my back pocket. That's the glute musculature there. So I'm just gonna pause and feel that. Then I'm gonna push my right foot into the ground, especially pushing through the heel and the big toe and the ball of the foot. Switch this dumbbell to my right hand as I come and do the same thing on the left. So now I feel tension in my left side. I feel those contact points on the foot. And then I can go back and forth, just gently switching the dumbbell from hand to hand. As I get a handle on that, I can go a little quicker, a little more fluid, but I'm still focusing on pushing down through my leg and absorbing into the hip. So I don't want to use the low back, so I'm not creating momentum with the torso, I'm not creating momentum with the arms. I'm just gently going side to side, but really feeling in this hip hinge how my hips can absorb and push off. Be warned, this is your first time doing these, you can really get some soreness in the glutes. I also find that this can be helpful if there's a limitation in hip internal rotation because we're getting the hips sitting back in the socket and then we're using them to do, we're using the glutes to do what they're intended to do, absorb and create force. Where we go from here is some more dynamic drills. I have some other videos to say, okay, now that we feel how we can absorb and create force, can we start to move a little more dynamically from the hips rather than something